Hello, I'm Alex Mansfield, the host of Manny Talks Shooting, and welcome to another episode. This is the shooting podcast where I talk to individuals all across the shooting industry. We'll talk competition, self-defense, concealed carry. If you like this content, check out our YouTube channel, Manny Talks Shooting. And without further ado, let's get to this episode. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Manny Talks Shooting, the shooting podcast that talks about competitive shooting and whatever I want to talk about because it's at the internet. So deal with it, people. Anyways, let's talk about the title sponsor, the best, the less suckiest and less slow. It's Go Fast, Don't Suck. So go check out Bill, go get some dry fire targets, a banner for your match, because I know you all need banners, and Bill's like super affordable, like top quality banners for reasonable prices. Don't go to Vistaprint, guys. I think it's, you guys, you tempt it, but don't. Just go see Go Fast, Don't Suck. It's going to hook you up with a great price. Tell him Manny sent you, and it might be even better. I don't know. I can't make any promises. So anyway, gofastdon'tsuck.net and move on with your day. Without further ado, let's get to today's guest. Today's guest is Mr. Chase Rains. How you doing, Chase?
Oh, pretty good, brother. How are you?
Doing fantastic. If anyone cares, it's early December, and this is episode 80. Y'all suck it that you said we didn't get to 10 or anything. We're at 80 now, bitches. No, but anybody, Chase, thanks for coming on, brother. It's been we've been talking about this one for a while, and it's gonna be fun.
Oh, for sure. I'm excited. I know it's been about a year. We've been trying to link up.
Yeah, but when we're always busy, it doesn't stop. So got to keep rolling with the punches.
For sure.
So for people who don't know you on the internet, who is Chase Rains and how did you get into shooting?
So I'm me. I started in 3-gun 4 years ago. Didn't really know what the hell I was doing. Just kind of played around in it. Hit a few local matches when I was in Odessa, Midland area. And then one weekend saw the USPSA. So we decided to try it out. Me and my shooting buddy before he became a fisherman. Um, So we hit the USPSA, and I ended up trying out both for a little while, and then realized I can sell my shotgun rifle and just buy quality USPSA guns and focus on one.
Yeah, it's that never-ending money pit of 3-gun. It's like, because then you need 6 guns, a bunch of ammo, and it's like, screw it.
It's a nightmare to travel with all that gear.
Yeah, I just think that even if you tried to fly, like flying, I don't know how 3-gunners fly. They just learn to have to drive, right?
Yeah, you just got to drive at that point.
Ammo
is impossible to get all of it over.
Yeah, so you're buying match ammo or buying it at a local gun store, so it's
yeah.
But I mean, you're used to driving though. Like you'd go to matches. What was the longest haul you've ever done in a car for a match?
22 hours.
Not straight, I'm hoping, right?
Yep, straight.
By yourself?
By myself, yeah.
You crazy motherfucker. Let me guess.
Yeah, last year nationals I did 19 hours each way, just back to back nats.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, especially since you lost your driving buddy.
Yeah, he's probably safer that way.
Yeah. That's true. So when you two rode together, who'd be driving most of the time?
I'd always drive. I have trust issues, so.
So he's just there to keep you awake, right?
Pretty much.
Well, that's fair enough then. That's okay though.
But you're in his truck though, so it worked out.
Yeah. Or is it, company trucks, everything, right? Just tax right off, we're good. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. So you've been shooting. Are you open officially all the time now?
Yeah, fully open now.
Yeah, because screw iron sights, right?
I miss them, man. I won't lie, but yeah, open's definitely where the fun is. So hard to say no.
Yeah, they're always just calling you a sandbagger from the beginning, though, right? Is that how this works?
That's what I felt like.
Because you were in a B class limited forever, and then what?
Yeah,
A?
You never shoot classifiers, locals, or anything like that. Local matches just the 5 stages, and just always stayed in B. Even though I top 10 in area match, I would still somehow not bump up.
Right, not enough GMs or something, or they didn't do their job, and
percentages were rough.
Yeah, that's no bueno.
But it was fun while it lasted, but it's fun to be in the higher competition now. I actually have to focus.
Yeah, instead of being this guy just coming up from nowhere and be like, oh, no, because they all expect everyone's like GM's up here, master class down here. And then there's Chase like in the middle of all that.
Yeah, I remember the first, what was it, the Go Fast Don't Suck match. I ended up taking 3rd overall limited.
As a B class guy?
Yeah, but dude gave me a good one on that.
Yeah. But yeah, have you taken any formal training for competitive shooting?
I did it my first 2 years. Then I took a JJ class and a Max class. just to help refine last year.
Oh, nice. How big takeaways from that?
It was good to take away little bits of each guy because
Mm-hmm.
JJ has a different shooting style versus Max, and of course I'm not JJ, so I can't move as fast as he can. So I was able to. He taught me a lot on control. I had a real bad habit of just sending every far target at a 10 split. So
Oh
he helped
yeah.
me with that. Max helped me more be efficient movement. So definitely made my own style out of those two guys' teachings.
Well, that's good. I think that's important too, because if you can't interpret them and then put it into your own words or your own style, it just doesn't work. Because not everyone's JJ or Max, right?
Exactly. Yep.
I mean, shit. If everybody is JJ and Max, everyone would be a world champion, right?
For sure.
So yeah, so that's cool. So other than that, you're self taught and you've been slaying ever since, right?
Been trying, man, trying. Feel like I've been making some good moves. So
Yeah. Are you you're shooting 38 super comp still, right?
correct. Yep.
Mm, that's good. Be fancy. Use that Ely ammo, right?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Yep.
The one and only.
Yeah, got see you don't have to reload it all. Do you even have reloading equipment
I have a 1050. Yep.
that just is collecting dust with 40 dies on it?
Yep.
So if
You're not
anyone wants
wrong.
a 1050 with 40 dies, Chase is here.
That's right. Or I'll make you some ammo.
Right, exactly. Send me your apartments and I'll make it.
That's right.
So, so what were some of the first? So you said you started shooting 4 years ago in three gun. What were your first like USPSA majors?
Oh, so we had one down in New Mexico. It's called the High Desert Classic. It's
Mm-hmm.
a level 2 in Albuquerque. That was probably my first major, I would say. It was a very hard match. It was kind of it reflected Area 3. It had a lot of gimmicky shit too, but it was fun. Like you'd hold a couple footballs on cables and it would open ports, or it'd be a windmill with like 8 no shoots and 5 targets, and it would just spin. I mean, I didn't know any better exactly how the sport worked, so I thought that's how it was. So after that match, I think other major had probably been like Area 4. Then I
Mm-hmm.
realized that it's more of a technical, not gimmicky sport.
So have you always shot Area 4 in Tulsa then?
I shot it in Houston 4 years ago.
Okay, so it would have been Houston and then it's been in Tulsa ever since.
Correct. Yep.
Okay. That's not too
And then
bad
we
then.
also had like the Henry Cup, and we had the Texas State Open in Houston for a while there
And
before
then
that range got cut down.
yeah, what Area 51?
59.
59, right? That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, they had some issue with the city not zoning or something like that, and they ended up just shutting it down. So,
Oh, that's unfortunate, but hey, I mean, that's what happens a lot of these ranges too, right? They get these residential areas put around them and then you're SOL.
yep. So it snuffs you out.
I mean, like, you've been to Area 5 at Brooklyn, right? It's right behind a
Yep.
fucking school. Like
Exactly. You
it's
can't shoot
like,
this side; it'll burn with steel. Because
well, yeah, that's the other way, but it's like we got the
yeah,
school over here to protect us. No one's gonna come near us.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's wild.
yeah, so
You just
it's
got to
like,
kind of make it work where you got. I mean,
yeah,
it's getting tough.
yeah, and that's what I'm afraid of with all the developments and all these ranges. Like, there's a couple of ranges in the Dallas area that got shut down because of they lost the easement to get to the range because
Yep.
of. And it's like, what are you gonna do, right? The landowner loses money, so then he sells to the development. Be like, well, there you go, you got what you
Sorry.
wanted.
Yep.
It's okay,
You got
you
to go
might,
with the times, though. Sadly.
yeah, but yeah, you might benefit from that being in construction. You're like, all right, bulldoze it.
Yeah, I'd fight for the range though, man.
Yeah. Now are
Double
you
edged sword there.
are you a general contractor or what?
So I used to be a general contractor. Now I'm a subcontractor.
Oh, okay. See, you
Got
work for
tired of
yourself,
leading all the kittens.
right? So what's your preferred trade then?
Um, Drywall.
Yeah.
Yeah, hang texture, all that good stuff.
So you don't do a smooth wall. You always do texture, right? Is that the rule?
Well, now people are starting to like the smooth walls, man.
That's a lot
It's
of
starting to
labor
come back.
though.
It's a ton of labor. It's expensive, but the ones that can afford it, they want it. It's
Hmm.
usually in these nicer homes that we build that are, a couple $1 million. They want that level 5 finish, and it's a pain in the butt, but If they pay, we play. So
Right. I mean, yeah, because I remember my buddy Tim Heron telling me about how he's like, I'm gonna do smooth walls on my drywall, and he's like, I'm never gonna do that again.
no, it's a nightmare. Takes the right guy to do it for sure.
Yeah, that's cool. So if I need you, I'm gonna tell you to come up here and do my drywall.
Kill might kill you a little bit.
And I'll fly your ass out. It's cheaper that way.
There you
Yeah, so that's kind of cool. Now, is that taking up a lot of your time, or are you still able to train a lot?
go. Man, I work 12 to 15 hours a day, Monday through Friday. So, uh, training. I'll be honest with you, training hasn't happened this year. I've had
Yeah,
one live fire session in this whole season.
you've shot maybe what, like a handful of locals?
Locals are take my training too, so I try to hit as many as I can, a couple a month.
Yeah,
So
but Odessa's not your home range anymore, is it?
no, I'm in Lubbock, which is about 2 hours north.
Oh, okay.
Still claim, team modeling and everything.
Yeah, I
They're
mean,
still
you're
in the
2 hour. It's in Texas, right? So it's like doesn't matter. It's either two. You're still in Texas, right?
and it's close enough. I still go over there and shoot with, shoot the locals they have.
Right. So since you drove to nationals, how many hours are you in Texas for that drive?
Oh man, it's ridiculous. Like, so it's an 18-hour drive, and for 11 of those hours, you're just crossing Texas,
Mm-hmm.
and then
It's
in that last seven, you're crossing 3 states.
yeah, it's crazy how far.
Because we're up on the very panhandle corner, so it's just a straight all the way across.
Ugh, no, thank you. But hey, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. Now, how many Buckies do you stop at on the way there?
Oh, I always have to hit a Bucky's, man.
Yeah.
That's the
So,
law.
I mean, it is now preferred flavor of beaver nuggets is what?
Hmm. Probably just the original for me. I'm a
Yeah.
simple dude.
You just grab a whole box, a whole basket full, and move on out.
You know what?
Yeah, that's pretty. I would. I'm. I need a Bucky's up here. Closest
Yeah,
one we
my
got
first
is like
Bucky's
Tennessee.
experience was funny.
Yeah.
I was with I think JJ was headed with us and Marco and all of us. We had that class and we're headed to Houston. And of course, JJ took the traditional Asian photo in front of the Bucky. Just killed me, man. I'm like, what is a Bucky's? Now I know, and now I don't miss them. So I always stop, no matter
Yeah.
what.
Now, have you always? You're a native Texan, or did you move to Texas?
So I've moved away and then moved back.
Oh,
So
okay. Always stuck. Can't leave the Texas.
I always come back. It's
Yeah. Damn it! Now I need to make a trip down to Tennessee to get to the closest Bucky's. This is sad.
a long
Or,
trip.
I mean, it is for beaver nuggets. It's a very long trip.
Just have somebody mail you some.
That could be a possibility. I'm gonna think about that. So, you've how many majors did you end up shooting this year?
I ended up, I believe, right at 12 or 13. I pulled out of three of them due
That's
to
not
issues. I was about 15, 16 set up for the season.
still a lot. That's a lot of majors to be honest with you.
Yeah, I noticed that now that I like think more about it. I'm like, oh, that's three times or more than what the normal guy does.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I want to. It'd be nice to see some like statistics of how many majors the average serious shooter shoots. We see how many that is, and but hey, whatever
No,
floats.
my theory on that was just hit it hard and get as much experience as I can my first few years.
I mean, which
Just
makes sense. You have the free if you have the free time, right?
yeah, luckily I make my own hours so I can take off when I need to.
Yeah.
But these guys are my same age as me, but they're 15 years into it. So I figure the best way to catch up is just gain experience in the actually shooting.
Yep. Accuracy by volume, right?
Yeah. Seems to work so far.
Yeah, for the most part, right? Can't beat it. Can't beat him. Can't join him, right?
Uh,
So what would you say would be either your best major or your most? I need your best and your worst major. Which one was it this year?
one of my best finishes is probably gonna be Area 5.
Yeah. Even
And
though it was a difficult match, right?
I really enjoy the hard matches. Like I know people suffer with them and they're very unpleasant, but in the end, I really like them. I like a
Mm-hmm.
good challenge. So I really enjoyed Area 5, even though it's probably top three for me of most difficult matches. So,
Yeah. How about
and
that
then
worst one?
my worst one, which one was it? Um, I probably the Oklahoma sectional, and I was able to pull off limited overall.
Oh, so that was early in the season then.
Yeah, and this is when I was still shooting irons, and man, I had like 10 mics.
On one stage, right?
No, just throughout the match, it was bad. It was just like every stage I kept miking, but thankfully my speed kept me up, and not a lot of heat showed up, I guess.
Yeah. And it just seems like that's going with limited right now, is everyone's leaving limited and going to carry optics or to open. Well, I don't know if they're going to open. I think they're probably just going to carry optics or something.
Yeah, carry optics is good. I mean, it's a nice balance if you want to go play an open or see if you even like open, I think. And it's not gonna, you're not going to buy 8 grand gun. You can go buy a $600 gun and go slap an optic and be in it for a rack. Try it
Yeah.
out. If you like it, you like it. I love, like I said, I love irons. I love 40. I hate that it's kind of dying down,
Hmm.
but times are changing. People, it's easier to see a dot than irons for most folk. I still see irons really well, so it's an advantage for me, I feel. But I made the decision in June to go try against the best, and I feel Open still has some of the best shooters in the game versus limited, or carry optics is right behind it because a lot of the big guys are headed that way.
Yeah, and it just seems like the open shooters, they've got the best advantages of they got the best guns, the best platform, the best, scoring capabilities, you know. It just and then they're super fucking fast because the gun allows it.
Yep, exactly.
And then there's the carry optics guys who are like, oh, we can go just as fast, but we have to shoot minor points, and it's absolutely freaking ridiculous.
Yep. I learned a lot of carry optics nats this year.
Yeah.
Hell, actually, that might have been my worst match this year.
Yeah. But it was pretty cool what they did with Carry Optics Nationals, having all that coverage, and they made it like
I
a cool
enjoyed it,
event.
man. The heat was there because I mean it's one event, so I think I ended up 107th, I believe.
Yeah.
Which wasn't great for me, but I was just shooting too fast, taking too many deltas, Charlies, and I didn't understand the math 100% this season, like because I never shot minor.
Hmm. Yeah, that's the tricky part, right? Minor versus major. And everyone's like, well, why are you going to open? Because I want major power factor.
Exactly.
It's like, I want the,
Swing that Charlie and occasional delta and not punish too bad for it.
exactly. Yeah. I want that 4 point Charlie.
Yep,
That,
exactly. It makes a big difference over, I in a 5 stage match, it's not that big of a deal if you're going fast and dropping a few, but when you shoot 21 stages, it adds up to a ton.
oh, yeah. It doesn't help. It doesn't help
That's
you at
what
all.
happened at nationals. It was just dropping a little bit here and there every stage, and it just killed me in the end. So
Yeah. Well, you shot really good at race gun nats, though. Well, you
yeah,
came in,
my first open nats, I took 50th.
yeah, top 50 in the nation, right? And it's freaking
I
ridiculous.
was pretty excited for my first time. So definitely
Yeah.
want to top 30 next year, hopefully or better. That's always the goal. So
Just beat Trevor,
I did it once, I'll do it again.
right? And then you beat Panda.
That's a hard one, man. I got close at area 5 and then he just pulled away at the end there, and then
Even though you guys picked the worst stage to start on.
oh yeah, it was miserable.
I mean, but at least it was over with, so you didn't have to finish there. I guess it's either the best or the worst, depending on how you feel about it, right?
I guess it's better to climb uphill than just drop downhill right at the end.
Yeah, yeah. Give away because you know how everyone's doing the practice score math. They're like, oh, this is what I got to get to not lose,
Yeah.
and then you shoot
That
that.
last day, how I felt real bad.
Mm-hmm.
So it turned out I had COVID.
Oh God.
I thought I
I,
was just dehydrated because I was like, man, I feel terrible. And then Panda's like, oh, just keep going. I was like, all right. And then I get to the airport and I test and I have COVID.
yeah. Well, I
So
mean,
it didn't work out.
it could have been the hotel you were staying in. I don't know.
That's true. Definitely could be.
It was a pretty. I wouldn't say it's a sus hotel, but it was definitely.
Wasn't on the top of the food chain.
No, it definitely wasn't. But it was
I'm
still
trying to
good.
roll the pictures on that. I don't like to spend my money, especially on
Yeah.
something I'm gonna sleep in. So as long as there's no bed bugs or rats, I'm pretty good.
I mean, it was convenient. Like you were like 4 minutes from the range, so you can like
Yeah.
literally roll out of bed like 15 minutes to go, got a shirt on, and be like, "Oh, I'm here."
Ready to go.
Yeah.
I do the same thing in Ass, man. I rent this little cabin that's at the RV park at the Speedway.
Hmm.
And so I could literally walk to the range in 10 minutes.
See, there you go. See, that's something nice, right?
It's just a little shed that they put together and made into a little condo and cost me like $80 a night.
Yeah, I can't beat that, to be honest with you.
for sure.
But yeah, so do you have a schedule planned out for next year yet, or are you still looking at it?
I know I'm for sure gonna shoot Dragons Cup, Texas State Open right off the bat. I think that's in April. Both of them are.
Hmm.
Signed up for what is it, Area One, even though I'm
Yep.
waiting till next year to squad.
Yeah, let's talk about that real quick. Like, I saw you post that poll or that thing on there. What are your opinions? Because I've got my own opinions.
So I think it's fair that residents get first crack at it. I just don't think it was executed correctly. I feel like 30 days is a little ridiculous. If your residents can't sign up for a match in 30 days,
Hmm.
they miss it. Like that's on them. I feel like possibly if you're gonna do that, send the link to residents only. Let them sign up for a week and then open it to the public, and then it's first come first serve.
Right.
Or
Yeah.
you can lock down three-quarters of the slots for residents only, and then if they don't fill, then you open it up towards right before the match starts and say, "Hey guys, we got 30 spots left over if y'all who wants to fill it."
Yeah. Well, it's really weird is they opened it super early. Like that match isn't until like June,
Yep.
end of June, and it's like already registration's open. But I
Yeah,
agree
7
with you.
days is weird.
30 days is too long. I think 2 weeks would have been fine. So either way, if like someone was getting waiting to get paid to then sign up for the match, like either way, you're gonna hit those 2 weeks. And yeah, keep the link private until until like you can allow normal people to open up.
Well, we're so used to signing up for matches so quick that hell, I didn't read it. I signed up and then I go back and look at it because I couldn't. Everybody's squatting. And they're like, "Hey, come squat with us," and I'm like, "I can't squat." So then I saw that note on there and I'm like, "Well, hell, I didn't see it. That's on me because I didn't read it." But it's not something norm, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you could possibly get bumped out if it fills, and
Right.
it's kind of that's
So you've paid. They've taken your money, but you can't squad yet.
yep. And if I get bumped, I lose the refund fee.
That I don't think
That's
I don't.
it's a little different.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't think it was executed as good as it could have been.
Mm-hmm.
And not bashing on that club at all. It's I get what they're trying to do,
Yeah.
but I feel like there could have been definitely a better way to execute it.
Oh,
So
agreed. Yeah. I mean, it's awesome that, yeah, I can't remember who says it, but somebody said, the area match is for the resident of the area, but most of those slots don't get filled by the residents.
yep,
Maybe the people in that state, sure, but mostly it's the people who are driving anywhere from, 10 to 6 hours to come shoot the match.
yep, for sure. And everyone's a fun match, so I try to
Yeah.
make it every. And this time it's up there, so I thought it'd be cool to check it out.
Yeah. It's in no, it's in Montana.
Montana or Wyoming or something like that. So it's definitely a different state versus the last few years instead of Idaho or Seattle. So
Yeah. Yeah. You're not deep in no man's land. You're not deep in
yeah,
the enemy territory. You're at least somewhere in the middle of nowhere.
exactly. They're
Yeah.
safe.
So, are you going to come back to Area 5 or are you going to stay in your home area since they're on the same weekend now?
I read partly on that, so I'll probably just stick with my area.
Yeah.
I'd love to go back. I think it'd be a fun match, but got to support the home area first.
Which I understand, and I don't beat you up for it, but it's just like I found out like 2 weeks ago. It's like I look on practice score, just looking up the dates for sure for a match, and I'm like, huh? What? We were the only match on this weekend. Now there's three matches: Area 4, Area 5, Area 4, and the Trident match. I was like, well, what the fuck?
Yeah, which is crazy to me that there's so many dates and they get to overlap majors like that's pretty weird to me.
Yeah, and
Like sectionals overlaying with the nationals, I can understand like that happened in New Mexico sectionals last year. I get that. That's a smaller match, but an area match to fall on another area match, I feel like that's just poor planning.
Yeah, well, and I can understand the point of them not wanting it to be so late in the year before nationals.
Right.
But in Texas or Oklahoma or this, Area 4, it's hot. I get it. You can only you want to shoot majors prior to this and after this.
Yep.
But it's like,
I'd be okay with them shooting it in May or something like that, or even April.
yeah,
But I don't
especially
know how the setup time and everything is. And of course, now there's a new director, Mel, and everything. So there'll be some changes. I'm just not sure what will change, of course.
Yeah, from what it looked like, Mel's going to be the match director with Chad, so
Yeah.
you'll get the Chad feel with the support of Mel. So it'll
It'll
be
be
nice.
good. Yeah, I mean, Mel's a great guy and Chad's great. I love his matches, so
Yep.
I'm excited either way. I'll miss Area 5 because I'm curious if they make it just as hard or easier.
It's that he got good feedback, but he's not going to dumb it down. It's still going to be a good match, but he's going to tweak it a little bit from this year. So,
I'm sure that weekend stage will go bye bye or change up a little bit.
yeah, it's a little different. I'll tell you later, but I don't want to ruin the surprise yet. He hasn't released it.
Yeah,
We're doing okay on getting stages designed and whatnot already, so we're ahead of the curve. So
getting it done early.
exactly, and you kind of have to because shit starts as soon as major season starts. You're busy either prepping for your match, prepping for locals, or working fucking matches.
Yeah, no shit.
And it's like my schedule went from like this down to this because I'm like, I only have so many vacation days.
Yeah, this next year I'll be taking it a little easier. I'll probably only do maybe 10 total majors.
Yeah.
So,
Nice thing around you is there's a few closer to home for you, right? You,
because it's funny because Oklahoma's only 6 hours to that match.
mm-hmm.
I can go to Oklahoma sectionals, I can go to Area 4, and then I could hit what other, I think they have one more there usually.
Yeah.
Or I can go left and, hit Dragons Cup South. I can hit New Mexico sectional East. So, I mean, I have a ton of options where I'm at.
You can shoot Gulf Coast Championships, USPSA this year, 2023. So that should be in Houston.
I might shoot that one then. I'll
Yeah.
go down and see Trevor.
Yeah. Whoop his ass.
Let him pick me up from the airport and then take
Yeah.
me back.
Exactly. Right. Stay in his guest room. Right.
That's right.
But yeah.
Nah,
That's pretty.
it's always fun to stay with him. I like to scare the shit out of him. His wife are
And,
recorded, and I'll scare him.
yeah.
It's pretty fun. I'll
And then
send you a video.
yeah. And then steal his dog. Right. Just take his dog with you.
Yep. Oh, Nala.
Yeah. Yeah. From what I saw, she was having surgery not too long ago.
Yep. She's a big one, though.
Yeah. Them big old fur babies.
Feeds him well. Feeds him well.
Yeah. But yeah, so predict so you're gonna be working for top 30 at nationals next year. I think it's doable. You can
Going
crush,
for sure.
especially you're gonna be a GM by next year.
We'll see. I mean, I don't care about the classification. So whatever happens, happens.
You just gotta set up every major to have enough GMs so when you win the match, you're like, hey, match bump.
Exactly. Yeah. So I was happy to match bump twice this year. That was kind of nice. I'd rather match bump than classifier bump.
Because you match bumped in open and what carry optics or
I did
prof-
the open twice. I went bump to A and then master.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Lie dog.
I think Area 4 was the one I bumped to master in right before Nats or
Right
Texas
before,
State.
yeah, that's got to be fun, right?
Yeah, I took 93%. I was like, well, there we go.
Yeah,
It was fun. I mean, like I said, I don't really care about classification overall anymore. I just aim for the top. I mean, that's because once you make GM, I mean, you got to beat the best, and that's Christian, and that's probably not in my books. I don't I don't have the time to train, and what he does. So
right.
if I can crack that top 20, top 15 in my best, then I'll be pretty happy with my performances. So
Yeah, and as long as you're happy with your performance, and what you're looking for is your efficiencies, inefficiencies, what you can do better. So, and that's what's the best part about squad with top guys like you get to do is you can see how they're saving 2 seconds on you or something.
exactly, it's you learn more from watching them right then live than taking a class or trying to watch them from another stage. So
Yeah, yeah, especially when you can talk beard tips with other shooters too. It's like they just make them feel jealous with your beard.
it's how I get in their heads a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, like Hyder's got a nice beard, but it's shorter than yours.
Yeah, it works. It works for him.
Yeah, it
It's a
does.
little scraggly here and there, but it works.
But he can move those damn feet. That's for damn sure.
He's so fast. When I shot with him over there, I was just like, wow, it's crazy to watch him shoot.
Yeah,
He had a good time at Nats. It was pretty impressive to watch him. So
yeah. For a while, he was leading on one day.
Yeah, he had the lead on day 2, I think, and then fell to like 6th or something like that the last day.
Yeah. Well, and when it's a 20 stage match, right? You're
All
gonna
it takes is one to drop you down.
yeah, one mic, one too many deltas. But from what I noticed at nationals, the fact was they didn't drop a lot of points. Like
Nope.
the top guys were like right up there, very little mics.
I don't feel like it was a hard match. I think it was more based just who executed it right and did their
Hmm.
job instead of it being like a difficult memory match or anything like that. I think they just did a straightforward, hey, just shoot your skills.
Right. Which I didn't see Aaron coming out of nowhere and winning. I didn't
I
see it.
figured he'd be top 10. Never thought he'd win it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Great shooter. I just didn't think he had it. Super happy for the guy. He's a super nice guy. But when I saw the score, it definitely surprised me.
Yeah. Well, he the guy who won the match had no mics,
Yeah,
which is
exactly.
crazy.
And his times were right there. I mean, it clicked for him. So
Hmm. Yeah, like between him and JJ, it was like point. Wow, less than point 0.8.
oh, it was so close. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I've been happy for any of them to win. Honestly, I mean, I like them all. That whoever puts the best performance wins. I mean, that's just how it goes.
Yeah,
So
it is, and it'll be nice to see next year if he can back it up and go for a double or something.
yeah, you can repeat or Christian comes back or JJ. I mean, you never know, especially in open, man. It's
Hmm.
just it depends on who's clicking. So
Yeah. I'm just hoping JJ does. I mean, he just won the World Shooting Production Optics. I just hope he doesn't stay the bridesmaid in open nationals.
yeah, it's been a trickling effect. So he's been stuck there, which he's so close. I mean, and then to watch him at production nats get bounced, that sucked because I was staying with my buddy Cameron and he got bounced that first day that morning, and we text JJ. It was like, hey, and he thought he had enough shaved off his safeties or whatever, and then he still got bounced. So
Yeah.
I think that was a bad look for Beretta, sadly, for being their gun for that division.
Yeah. Well,
But in the rule book, it does say remove the safety and put a smaller one. So it
oh
is
yeah,
what it
on the production list.
is.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. It sucks to see, a couple guys get dropped out like that.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but they'll learn and they've got that safety removed and thrown in the trash by now.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Live and learn, right? That's how it is. So
Or you just
I
shoot
think he
open.
probably ended up like third production. So, I mean, it's not like it cost him a championship, but it still hurts to get bumped open at production nets.
Yeah, but he wasn't the only one. There was like 10 of them, I think.
Yeah, there's a chunk. Like I said, Cameron, him, and a couple others just off that one safety. So,
Yeah, all the Breda guys.
yep.
Yeah. Thanks everybody for stopping in the middle of this awesome conversation, Mr. Chase Rains, aka the bearded shooter. Anyway, thanks for stopping. We're going to talk about the awesome sponsors because that's what we do here at the middle in the interview part. We stop for a commercial break like everything else. Right before we get to the juicy bits, it's commercial time. Anyway, Go Fast Don't Suck. Go check out Bill at gofastdon'tsuck.net. Tell him Manny sent you. He awesome title sponsor of the podcast. He does great things for us. So check him out. Don't forget, Brian over at Hunters HD Gold has been providing the best eyewear in the business. He's at any major match pretty much every year. If you need, go find him. He's at a major match near you, just go find him. HuntersHDGold.com. We've also got Dominate Defense. Dominate Defense makes the best ratchet belts in the business. So go and check them out. Manny Talks Shooting. No, not Manny Talks Shooting. Manny Talks 10 will get you 10% off your Mach 1 speed belt combo order because you need it. And it's going to last 4 to 5 times longer than a double alpha premium belt. Run over to divtechshop.com and go support Mr. Nathan Dively and go get the awesome 3D printed mag pouches that he makes that are affordable, colorful, and very effective. Don't forget, use Manny Talks 10 for 10% off your entire order. Don't forget, run over to laughandload.com, my friends Tony and Jackie's website of the Pew Time Podcast and Laugh and Load. They've got some awesome shirts for sale. Even my shirt, the Manny Talk Shooting shirt. So go buy one, pick one up, tell them Manny sent you, move on with your day. You'll love it. Thank me later. We've got Eric Steiner over at rangepanda.com. Fabulous. Him and Johnny are awesome. They're making awesome pistol stands, foam for your cases, all the stuff you need for a press to be accessorized to the best of its ability. So go check them out. Don't forget, you also have to go over to timheronshooting.com and check them out because they're awesome. And Tim's busy training people to be better in shooting. So timheronshooting.com, find them in a class near you, get signed up. We've got Chile Custom Gunworks. Are we already there? I think we might be already there. Holy crap. This one flies by. Oh, we got some more though. So Chile Custom Gunworks put a grip on your Staccato or your Springfield Armory. Then you've also got to make sure to be awesome tactical. And then for your open or limited builds, get Chile Custom Gunworks parts because they're fantastic. We also can't forget Targets USA because they make the finest steel targetry on the planet. So don't forget to check them out. Jason makes awesome products, innovating and helping PCSL become bigger and better. So go check them out as well. I think we've gotten everybody. If I've forgotten, so I really need to make a list, guys. I'm procrastinating when I do these. So anyway, let's get back to this awesome conversation, Mr. Chase Rains.
Right.
So I've been thinking about this. I want your opinion on this. What's your opinion on the limited optics thing?
I say let's have it. I mean, why not? Change it up a little bit. I didn't read too much into what the rules. I think they're trying to do what major power factor with that.
Yeah, they'd pretty much just put a red dot into onto limited guns.
I mean, I'm cool with it. Again, it'll bring some of the guys back that like major scoring
Mm-hmm.
and they can't see, so they left with irons. I don't think it's gonna hurt anything. I mean, carry optics is stacked, open stacked. Limited's kind of dying. I mean, all you're gonna do is maybe take away from the irons a little bit more, but again, it gives the guys with these 40 guns a chance to mill them and slap an optic plate on them and keep using them.
Oh yeah, I
Once you
had
get irons, what good's a 40? I mean,
right.
they're not
Yeah,
go for anything else, but that's what we do.
yeah.
So
I did have this thought. Someone and I was talking at one point. We're like, well, because everyone's talking about putting the single action onlys into carry optics or whatnot. Put them into limited. Let them have their red dots on limited guns, but you let them have a red dot with minor, or you have irons with 40. So then they're shooting limited. So you bring people back into limited, but you give the red dot and that everything's contained in that one division. So you bring it back, you give them the flavor they want. They can either have major with irons or irons with or red dots with minor.
that's an interesting take on it for sure. I'd be actually kind of curious to see how that would work out.
Yeah,
Because
I would.
people say dots faster or whatever, but I think a proficient iron shooter can beat a good dot shooter.
I
I mean,
mean, yeah, you look at like Shane Coley or Nils shooting, limited. Like shit, Nils shooting freaking minor and limited and finally
winning.
winning. It's like it
Yeah,
can be done.
yeah, that was impressive.
Yeah, he's a beast. He's a freaking
I was
giraffe
super
though.
happy for him. I was hoping he would have won a world title, but that would have just wrapped up this great year for him.
Yeah, he came what third in standard.
Yeah, which is still really good, don't get me wrong, in a world shoot, but just that would have been the cherry on top to just clean house everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that would be. Do you have ambitions of going to the world shoot?
I do. I'd like to go to Africa in 25. I think it'd be really fun. I got to learn more about how to qualify for it though, and all that stuff. I know it's like one IPSC Nats and then regular Nats, but I don't have all the details. I got to figure that out.
Yeah, it'd be nice. I would. South Africa's like only 6 hours ahead, so it's not terribly. It seems like it's a friendly country to go to.
Yeah, I would,
Otherwise,
and I'd take a sponsorship spot if I couldn't earn one. I mean, just to experience it. But I feel like I possibly have a chance to earn a spot.
oh yeah, you definitely do. Yeah,
I just gotta figure out how it works.
yeah. Just don't be gone for 21 days.
Yeah, and that's why I would want to earn it because then I could shoot the main match instead of the backup match or whatever it is, however you want to call it, the pre-match.
Oh, is that what happened? He went and shot the pre. He shot the pre-match, so then he was
Yeah,
there.
so he got I think he got a slot through one of his sponsors and then they so he had to shoot with the I think the pre-match you call it and then he
Mhm.
worked his booth for that company for the remainder. So
Oh, okay. I was wondering how
and it
that
was
worked
kind of
because
a last minute deal for him too. They just were like, "Hey, you want to go to World Shoot?"
yeah.
So
Honey, I'm going to World Shoot.
you know what, it'd be hard to turn down that opportunity for sure. So I don't blame him. I would, of course, make sure your wife is cool with it, but again,
Yeah.
it'd be tough to turn that up.
I
But
mean, there just could be divorce papers on the table when he gets home and be like, sorry.
Mets for the final goodbye.
Yeah, exactly. Oh,
Yeah,
I
they've
hope.
been really so long, man. They're strong.
Yeah.
But again, you never know. I mean, that ain't my business. So,
Right. So I do have a question. How did you get hooked up with Ely?
so they actually reached out to me, man. When was it? It was what 2 years ago now. They hit me up on Facebook and asked me for my phone number, and then they called me and offered me the position to shoot for them. So I was really honored to get a call from them and be offered that spot.
Yeah. Wasn't it a little weird though, not shooting like you were shooting 40 at the time? So,
Yeah, I was shooting 40, and then I would shoot their 9 here and there. And I bought some at one of the Texas matches, and I didn't really know much about. I knew Ely made 22 and stuff, but
mhm.
never really looked into them for an actual open or limited.
Yeah.
So I originally shot production when I first started, and I shot some of their production ammo.
Yeah. Production is so dead.
It was fun at Nats, man. It took me a few stages to get used to not shooting open,
Yeah.
switching to the Glock. But yeah, I find it fun. It's
Yeah.
different.
It's it's so weird because you're going back to that Glock that you've been shooting for.
I love Glocks, man, and I know a lot of people don't like the angles, and I felt the angle this time around.
Yeah, especially being on those 2011s all year.
Yeah, so
Yeah. Did
but
Now how'd you feel about that match being with paired with PCC?
I think it was an afterthought after they had to move Nats.
Hmm.
Um, I feel like it would have definitely served it better to have been limited in production and then
Yeah.
PC open. Um, it was just it was either going to be we got screwed in production or PCC got screwed with a bunch of short targets. And looking at the scores and stuff, I mean, you saw how fast they shot the match. It was a blazing match for them because we all know PCC's pretty sweet for that stuff.
Oh yeah, it definitely is when and they can do the burners and I mean they had to make them reload, so that's always funny to watch a PCC shooter reload.
Yeah, the ones that practice, you can tell, like no, like Justine and them when they come from shooting normal stuff or
Hmm.
Jaleel, and then or whichever one, yeah, Justine.
Yeah.
Forget them. But you can see which ones actually practice it and which ones don't. So it's pretty funny to watch.
Oh yeah, and but shit, Justine coming in second behind Max is crazy, you know.
That was impressive. She's been working her butt off, man. I mean, I'm proud of her too because she's been working hard on that. So to finish there, that's huge
Hmm.
for her.
Yeah, I don't know. Did Freilich shoot? Because I couldn't
He
remember if
shot,
he.
but they had to shoot staff day, so they didn't do too hot. Him and Green and all them because they went to go shoot I think it was the 3 gun nats or something like that. Some other big match was happening. Red October,
Yeah, yeah, Red October. Yeah, they were shooting
something like
AKs.
that. Yeah, so they came and shot through those staff days real quick and then jetted. So I wouldn't base that probably on a true performance on their part because we all know how staff day goes.
Oh yeah, because there's no one. I mean, unless you're squatted with all the good guys, like it never goes
It's
well.
tough to gauge how well you actually shot with staff day.
Yeah. So that's great. So if I should do shitty on staff, that means I'll do better as a competitor. I
So
mean, I
and
mean
I'm
that's
I like next year's format a lot better though with the nationals. So I think they did a lot better on this one.
yeah. I just wish that Open and PCC wasn't in Talladega again.
I don't mind the Talladega. It's a little expensive, but I mean, where else can we have it at this point?
Yeah, I hope. I know my buddies at the Cardinal Center. They're doing some good work at getting that ready for nationals. So,
Yeah, I'm hoping it turns out to be as good as they say it's going to be. So I'm excited just to change it up.
mhm.
Going to Alabama 3 times a year is rough. My most thing I'm most excited about is not back to back.
Yeah, that you've got time to actually like switch guns.
Well, that's it. It's like I had both my guns there, and then it was 2 days some shooting, and I had to fly home this time, so I literally had no time to touch my. I was putting sights on my Glock as soon as the night before the match because I had to fly back to work for a couple of days, take care of some stuff, and then fly right back and start shooting. So I had no
Yeah,
warm up on the Glock.
yeah. Well, and then shit, you didn't even drive your open guns over. Didn't Joseph
Uh,
have them or something?
Yeah, Joseph brought all my gear and everything, so he saves me a ton of headache that way.
Yeah, it's a good man.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and he's got that like mustache.
his mustache, yeah, and his tight shorts.
I mean, doesn't everyone have tight shorts? Isn't that the point of shooting open too? Is just to show off your butt?
I guess so. I guess so. I don't have any tight shorts, but
I mean, we could get you some.
yeah, I mean, yeah, probably could.
Yeah. I mean, Two Alpha Apparel could get you some nice tight shorts.
They definitely could probably give me some booty shorts.
Booty
I will
shorts with
say these sweaters are comfy, man.
it's a very nice blue. I mean, that's a really nice color.
Very
Mhm.
rich blue.
Yeah.
They came out
Well,
with the sweaters. I just ordered all four because I didn't want to choose a color. So I got red, white, blue, and black.
my least favorite color is white because we touch guns all the time. You as a contractor know you touch anything, you're getting
Yeah, the
filth all over you.
white stays in the closet.
Exactly, yeah. But you got a complete set. That's the part that counts,
I
right?
wanted to set. I'm weird, man. I like to have sets of everything. So
Yeah.
especially them. I'm gonna support them in the end. They're a great sponsor and great people. So
Yeah, there are some really cool people. Like I made my first order like 2 in the morning because I was like, oh, I got paid. It's not a Friday. And I was like, I'm gonna use this. So they order my crap and then they're like, hey, the box shows up and it's freaking huge. Like it's like I ordered like one thing, guys. And it
wow,
had
they're
like a
awesome, man. I love Bobby and Kim. So I met them actually. They used to live over in Odessa, and that's where I met them originally. So and then
yeah.
they moved out to Houston and stuff. And then once they opened up the shop, so they got my full support for always. Just because they're good people, I like to support good people.
Yeah, and they have some cool products too, like I think they're calling it the bullet box now. That
I
thing,
love the bullet box, man. That thing's sweet.
it is. And I was hesitant about it. It's like, oh, it's big, but it holds all your ammo. It can hold your phone. Do you attach your mag loader to it?
I do, yeah, because I'm the worst. I'll lose that thing so quick.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not, I guess, and it prevents it from walking away
Yep.
because unless someone's using 38 Super Comp, then they'll just load your ammo.
Yeah, they're like, oh, thanks. I never
Yeah. And then you're like, where'd all my ammo go? Well, you let me use your mag loader, but not my ammo.
thought it was a give and give. And I
Right.
like it. It fits in my backpack and stuff, so it's just easy and convenient, man. Honestly,
Hmm.
I pushed it to the max at Nats, and I think I had 850 rounds in it, so it was full of loose ammo.
Yeah. But it definitely is awesome. Like they
Holds
figured
up.
out how to do the lid. The lid's the cool part.
So I think that's the third rendering we did. The first prototype lid I had, yeah, we had to make some upgrades to that bad boy. So, but again,
Yeah.
it's a learning process, right? Everything has to be perfected with trial and error.
Yeah. Oh, those hoodies do look nice. Yeah. Yep. I got to get me a blue one.
The blue's pretty up.
Hmm.
And he's trying to get all kinds of colors, so it's gonna be sweet once the lineup comes out. But again, it's all that testing. Make sure the material is gonna be able to hold up to the weight and the heat, the
Yep.
cold. So
Yep.
he does he does it right. He doesn't, he's not gonna ship out a crappy product just for a color. So
Right. Exactly. And what we need to do is just get rid of the little golf clips. Get rid of the golf clips that come on the towels and just put carabiners on them. I mean,
I agree with that. I always seem to detach them somehow when I'm shooting.
yeah.
So
Well, it doesn't like you bump it wrong, it's gonna pop open and then like, where's my towel?
yes,
But
sir. Yeah, leave a review, man, or you can put it as a recommendation.
yeah, I still gotta get a hold of him. I think I reached out and then I dropped the ball. I don't know. Or maybe I didn't. I have to look. I need to get them on. I need to get him on. It's on my list of never ending things to do. So it's over here on this whiteboard somewhere.
Yep. Call somebody.
Yeah, exactly. Message and I don't know. It's so weird talk. Not necessarily that it's weird, but you message somebody on Instagram. They're like, give me your phone number because it's so much easier to text somebody or call them. Be like, hey, you can't lose my number this way. And
Yep.
if they take your
On
Instagram,
Instagram, sometimes the messages don't pop up, so you don't ever see it, and it's like,
hmm,
oh, oh shit, I missed that.
yeah, or you forget because you read it and then you're like, oh, oops, it's gone now. Yeah. So that's always the fun part. So yeah, two alpha apparel, they're pretty cool. I was a little, well, I did get mine in red, but I had my Manny Talks Shooting. It says Manny Talks Shooting on it, but it's in red. And then what's that young Riley, the guy who travels with you sometimes? This is in blue, right?
There you are. Lost you for a minute there.
Oh, yeah, you stopped moving. But yeah, so they came out with the blue, they made with the colored ones. Like there's a pink one now in a blue box.
Yeah, he's been trying to get as much different styles and colors. So, but man, even the quality of clothes is just phenomenal. So
Hmm.
they're not that cheap, crappy t-shirts or sweaters. They're actually comfy, and you actually want to wear them.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
Especially when you get hoodies that you like that two alpha apparel, right? You could wear that out in public and nobody would know. I mean, you live in Texas, so it doesn't matter.
exactly.
But like when you've got like X brand, X gun company brand shirt, and you're like, yeah, I got to go to town today, and I don't necessarily need to people knowing like that I love guns.
Exactly. Yeah,
So
it's not
it's
strapped across there saying
yeah, it's not like shoot them dead or anything. It's,
right, or what are those, the grunt style?
yeah, you have grunt style or
Any of those shirts that just say you're carrying a gun.
oh yeah, and I don't understand. I mean, people who put the Sig stickers or the Glock stickers on their trucks, it's like
Just ask.
you're asking for your truck to get broken into.
Yeah, I got nothing on my truck, man. I don't have any stickers, nothing. Just keep it simple.
Just need to say soccer mom truck or something like that.
Yeah, I don't want anybody breaking my window. I don't leave my guns in the car, of course, but I don't want someone to break my window.
Yeah. What do you even drive anyway?
2022 Tundra.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah, so I'd really be pissed if someone broke my window.
Let me guess, is it black or is it white?
It's Lunar Rock.
Okay. So that's like a gray, I'm assuming.
It's a gray green, changes color at night.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. I'm okay with that. I drive a white truck and I hate it because it picks up all the road contaminants. And it's
I've had
like,
nothing but white vehicles, and I was like, I'm done with this
especially
store.
being construction, like right, like the thing is like, oh, it's a white truck. It's like, yay, it's
Yep.
gonna rust out in like 3 years because driving
Yeah, I
over every
originally ordered a white Tundra, of course, and then when it came in, somebody else ordered that green one. They didn't like the green in the end, so
hmm
they asked me if I could swap them, and I said sure. All
Yeah.
right, so
You ever thought about wrapping a vehicle?
I've thought about it. The closest thing I got to wrapping is I rhino-lined one of my welding rigs back when I was a welder.
Oh
I
yeah.
just rhino-lined the whole truck because it was like a 1990 Ford F350, so
Yeah. God.
it was redneck.
I wouldn't want to think about filling that truck though.
No,
Diesel F-350 probably with a 36 40 gallon tank or something.
yeah, it was rough. Extra tank in the back, so it made me a lot of money though.
Yeah.
Pipelining definitely good business back in the day.
Oh
So
yeah, I can imagine that. But yeah, I just and then there's some people who do those aftermarket gas tanks underneath the bed. So it's like
yep,
60 gallons of diesel and I'm like, "Oh, no thank you."
just
I
hurts
mean,
when you clump it.
road trip would be great because you hardly have to stop,
Yep,
but filling it back up is it's going to kill you.
for sure. Quick couple $100.
Yep. That's where you like you get everybody to ride with you and be like, "All right, everything in the back. You get your ass up here, pay some money."
Split the bill, split the bill.
Yeah. But shit, sometimes the hotels are that pricey too, so it's like
Trying to think what match it was. It hotel was just crazy high. It
yeah.
was one of the areas, and I was like, wow.
Was it
Yeah, it was
area
just
was it area 3?
it might have been area three that was super high.
Yeah. Oh, so you've shot Area 3 for the past couple years. What'd you think of the Matt Hopkins Area 3?
It was fun. I think it was a good match. I missed the gimmick, so honestly, I know people shit on it all the time, but I think it's a nice break from the norm, in my opinion. Like I
Yeah.
got no problem balancing on a beam or carrying a dummy or whatever. I think it's just something different. So it kind of breaks up the whole prepping for nationals because it's in that middle timeline, so it's not really affecting you before you go to Nats or anything like that.
Yeah.
But Hopkins put together good, I think a good match. I think
hmm
it's very positional. It was a good standard USPSA match.
Yeah. It was probably really good prep for Matt Nationals because it seemed like they're all the styles were kind of the same.
Yep, just a
Yep.
straightforward, but just hit your marks. I think it
hmm
was good. I think he did great. So
Yeah. Definitely a different pace compared to Area 5, right? Like 2 weeks prior.
yeah, for sure, that was a totally everything at Area 3 was a cakewalk after Area 5. So
Yeah.
I tell
Yep.
you what, the hardest match was Magnus Cup though. Ever since I shot Magnus Cup my first year, everything's been easy, like not that
Yeah.
difficult.
Where was Magnus Cup?
Utah,
Oh, okay. Was that Sups then?
yeah, I think it was the old subs range, yeah, before they redid it. But that was that IPSC mix with USPSA or whatever. JJ had kind of a hand in, I think.
Oh yeah, because he was running the shop at that time.
Yeah, and that was a tough match. And I
Yeah.
ended up going on the torn quad, so that was miserable because
Oof.
all the reports were flush with the ground, so you were literally just flat.
Yeah, that's no fun. Did you shoot any two gun this year?
This year I did. I missed out on the. I try to make it once a year to that PCLS
hmm
match. I missed that this year. I had another schedule issue there.
Yeah.
But probably next year I plan on maybe making two or three of those,
Hmm.
turn it up a little bit, change it up. So I enjoy shooting shotgun and rifle. So
Yeah.
I just don't want to commit to it full time, like doing three gun specifically again.
Yeah. No, yeah, no, I agree with you. I think the PCSL is pretty cool. Um, lets you dabble in it, you know. Seems like it's becoming more popular or less popular. I don't know. They had that really big match. The first match was really, really big, and then after that it's kind of like died down, but
Yeah, the
it,
first one was a blast. So I was glad to make it to the first one. I think I took like 10th in practical or whatever it was.
yeah,
And
because
then,
you actually shot a rifle, didn't you?
yeah, Virtus 223 with the ACOG on it.
Hmm. Oof, look at that ACOG, that 4 power ACOG.
That's right.
Super tech. I mean, God, that was a lot of Marine rifles back in the day.
Yep. I mean, they're tested and true, man. They work. So
Hmm.
that rifle's a little too heavy for that kind of stuff, but other than that, it was fun. But that Virtus runs.
Yeah,
So
yeah. You were shooting a PCC at some point, weren't you?
I dabbled in PC for two gun nats. Um, but
Did
I'm
you
not.
shoot? Was that a
Was that?
Sig? Was that the Sig option? You shot a Sig or something?
It was a what was it? It was a Berserker from Iron City.
Oh, okay, that's right. Those are really cool Gucci guns.
Yeah, they shoot good, man. They're nice. I really enjoyed it. I just can't see myself being PCC shooter.
Yeah, you can borrow one from time to time, but yeah, not as
Yeah,
a
like I'll shoot two gun nats, and that'll be about my extent of PCC. So
yeah. Well, what do you think? Do you think two gun nat should be a hit factor or time plus?
I think hit factor would be fun. Like
Mhm.
keep it the same.
Yeah, keep the rules the same. Keep the rules in line as much as they can.
Yeah, the best way you can blend it, I guess. I know it's tough with how long the stages run, having to shoot them twice pretty much. So it kind of kills the hit factor, but at the same time, I mean, it's still gonna generate who wins the stage.
Yeah, I mean Max has proven he can do it with PCSL, right? Like,
Exactly.
yeah, and then you got to just be able to position it. But yeah, it seems like I think the tradition in two gun is you run the stage one way with a rifle, and then you got to pick the pistol up where you drop the rifle off and run backwards.
Exactly. And that's what it was, is just running it twice, but I find it fun.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
it's different, right? Like I said, I like to throw something in different every once in a while just to kind of shake it up for the season.
Hmm. Yeah, that's pretty dope. Yeah, I don't
But
blame you.
I wouldn't practice it. Like I'm not gonna go shoot PCC and practice for Nats. I'm just gonna show up, do what I do.
All right, just make sure your mags work and they're good.
Exactly. So first time I shot two gun Nats, I did borrow a gun from Gatus and just went and shot it.
Oh yeah, because yeah, Didn't he go back overseas or something?
Yeah, so he sent me that, and I just shot it, and I was like, I can't. I did really well at the Nats. I want to say I took 10th there as well, but I can't remember it. Maybe 20th.
Yeah,
So it was a good finish for never shooting a PCC at that point. Which
yeah,
again, just like shooting an AR. I mean, there's no difference. It's just less recoil.
yeah. 9 mil versus 223.
Yeah, little easier to reload and all that because you're grabbing a thinner mag. But other than that, it's same basics.
Yeah. Are you running all MBX mags or
So I'm running Atlas mags
yeah?
with the
Yeah.
Terran internals and base buds. So
Got yeah. Gotcha. I'm always curious because
so
yeah, because there's so many freaking magazines out. It seems like for 2011s now, it's ridiculous.
I have probably about 30 MBX mags.
Right? You gotta have one of every flavor, right?
Yeah, I just keep them all because I rotate stock and buy them on sales, and just I'd rather have them than you know have to rush to try to find one.
Yeah, or the fact one day whenever they decide to try to ban magazines,
Exactly.
then you have like, well, what are you talking about? I have all of these big sticks.
Had them since 2012. No.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, what are some goals for you for next year?
Um, Definitely gonna be just that top 30, like I said, at Nats. I'd like to top 80, probably carry optics Nats. I got to make a big decision on Iron Nats because I think I squeaked into the Super Squad for L10, but I'll probably end up just shooting limited, and then or I may go back to production. I ain't really decided yet. Uh,
Yeah.
The main thing is just stay more consistent. I kind of caught a good stride towards the end of the year and stayed consistent, which changed everything for me. So,
Hmm.
and actually practice.
Yeah, well, when you switch, what you're doing around and you're doing the construction thing, it's kind of hard when you're working all those hours.
Yeah, now that I moved and done with driving every day, because last half first up this year, I was still driving from New Mexico to Texas every morning. So I was driving 4 hours plus working 12 or 15. So I had no time to breathe.
Yeah. Well, at least you're back in Texas, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, I'm home every night, so it makes it pretty easy.
Yeah. I mean, you're not racking up hotel points as easy anymore.
Sadly, yeah, I still got probably about 30 free nights, so we'll use them up next year.
And that's a good thing too, right? You use them up when you go to a match and you don't ever have to really pay for a hotel.
That's the only way you got to say. You got to be a penny pincher if you're going to shoot a ton of majors because they are not cheap.
Oh no, they're definitely not cheap. Even like just taking time off work to go like to nationals is like $1,500, 2 grand to go.
Yep. And then you do that back to back. You rack 3 grand up real quick plus lost income if you're not salary.
Yeah, you only have so much vacation before you burn it all up too.
So,
Which is the shitty part, but hey, I mean, we do this because even though we're all amateurs and no one's no a paid professional.
right.
I wish I
We all
was.
we're all going to keep doing it. We'll find a way to do it. So
Yeah, that's for sure. No, I'll be excited. It's a little sad you won't be here at Area 5 though, because I'll be shooting open. But so I'll just beat everybody then.
get Area 5 and come to Area 4.
I can't do that. I can't do that when Area 5 is an hour from my house.
That's tough. Yeah, that keeps the cost down for sure.
Yeah, it does. Especially when you're like, I could sleep in my own bed if I wanted to. The only
Yes,
problem
right.
for me, it's a 5 day match, and that's like because day and a half for staff, and then the 3 days of Friday, Saturday, Sunday for competitors, and you're like, ugh, Sunday is a long day.
It'll wear you out for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And if I didn't work it, I'd be like, I'd get the devil looks. Like, what are you doing? Why are you not working this match? I'm like,
Yeah,
uh,
everybody be doing you.
yeah,
Is it the same range and everything? I'm guessing.
yeah.
Okay.
Home range. That's the good thing about it.
Home field advantage.
And it really does. Like, I was like, okay, I shot like an asshole, but I didn't feel like it was hard. I just shot like shit.
Right. It happens. We all have our bad matches for sure.
Yeah. But then after that, like, we left some of we saw for like a while, we left the walls and stuff up. So our next local match was like the week after, and we just changed some targets a little bit around and was like, all right, it's like the same match, but not really. But scores were way better because I didn't shoot
Yeah,
like an
that's what we're doing
asshole.
after Dragon's Cup. We'll just use the stages, change them up a little bit, shoot our local.
Yep, and that's the thing to do with it too, because if it's a private range,
Yeah.
essentially you can leave it up and it's no big deal. Yeah.
Yeah, it's perks to having your own range for sure.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. So I do have a couple questions. We did get some listener questions, and then we'll wrap it up with the last few questions I've got for you.
Okay.
But what is the beard care routine?
Oh, so wash it every 3 days.
Hmm.
Um, it's called Texas Beard Company. It's a local lady here. She makes it all like out of essential oils and stuff. So just clean it every third day, oil it probably once a week, and then just brush it every day.
Now, do you use a comb or do you actually like brush it?
I use a comb. I have a wood comb, so
Okay.
it is. If you don't, you're gonna regret it with the tangles. It hurts.
Yeah. Yeah. I bet a baby bird would love to make a nest inside of your beard.
Yep. Yes, but you gotta keep them healthy, man. If not, they stink, and you know, you gotta take care of it.
Yeah, definitely got to. If you're gonna keep it, got to keep it nice. Got to keep the ladies happy,
That's right.
or
You
the
gotta keep.
Steiner. Yeah, got to keep Steiner happy with it so he can play with
That's
it.
right. He loves it. He only gets to touch it twice a year, so yeah, that works.
Yeah. I only go gay twice. Just kidding. Nah, just kidding. That's pretty funny. But yeah, and how long has it been since you've like trimmed the beard up?
Mm, I'm at it short, probably I think 7 years.
So you're
So
dedicated.
I just trim it. When I go get a haircut, I'll just cut like quarter inch off, take any split ends off of it. So,
Yeah. Got to keep it
but I
healthy though.
I never know when I haven't had a beard. To be honest with you, I can't
Yeah.
remember. probably 2009, 2008.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of it's, it's been there my whole life.
Yeah. Puberty, as soon as puberty hit, beard.
Exactly. I haven't had it when I was welding and stuff. I should always get on to me, but I'm like, if there's a gas leak, I'm out of here. So it really don't matter to me.
Yeah, right. Yeah. What kind of welding were you was your expertise?
I just do pipeline.
Oh, okay.
Just yeah. Had an old Lincoln on my truck and just chased it. So
Yeah. Out in
it's
the
good money.
Odessa heat.
Yep.
Nope.
Yeah. Super hot, but made good money. Can't complain.
Yeah, that's true. So, all right, now we're at the good part. So, we got to help pay the people's bills that help you out. So, we want to go and plug your sponsors.
Yeah. I want to thank Two Alpha Apparel, of course, for supporting me in my matches. Hunter's Gold for always giving me the best glasses. Uh, Atlas Gunworks for their guns. RSU for their support. We have Grizzly Ears, the best ears in the market, in my opinion. Revolution Brass, he always gives me the brass I need every year.
Mm-hmm.
Ely Ammo, without them, I wouldn't be able to shoot as many majors as possible. And then, of course, Team Motley, he's been there since the beginning.
Well, that's awesome. But yeah, that is always nice to get that kind of support. You got to get your fancy shirt and make it feel special, right? Because
That's right.
everyone can get a fancy shirt.
I feel like NASCAR, man.
Yeah, I'm going fast.
Go fast.
Yeah, but and then Chase, where can they find you on the internet?
So I only do Instagram really, so it's at the Bearded Shooter. I do have Facebook, it's just Chase Rains. I don't really post much there other than Ely brand stuff. So other than
Right.
that, I'm a pretty private guy, so you won't find much about me.
Yeah, that is true. But yeah, Chase, thanks for coming on, brother. It's been fun. So I hopefully they learned about it, and thank you for coming on, bro.
Yeah, it was a blast, brother. Appreciate you having me on. Sorry it took so long to link up. So
That's all good. I know you've been busy, so it's no big deal. So listeners, thanks for checking it out. Until next time, get out and do things, and I'll see you on the next one.